We're going to win, aren't we?
We're absolutely going to win.
All agreed. All agreed.
I've been told that on the
All
doorstep.
agreed.
We're going to win.
Come on,
Can I
Claire.
apologise on behalf of Arsenal for the result against Lincoln City? or should I just say nothing more? Or should I say nothing more about that? Were any of you at the game? Yeah, Lincoln were fantastic.
Lincoln are fantastic. Just say something.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
My dad used to say you could tell a person by his handshake, and that's a firm handshake.
Okay, all right, I'll go with that. That's all right. Yeah.
What Lincoln really needs is a medical school, because the issues in Lincolnshire are not so much financial always, but getting the people to come here to work, the shortage of GPs, doctors, nurses. Would you give us the medical school?
Absolutely. Sorry. I absolutely understand that point. And indeed, the first question I got when I met this group just now here in this centre was actually that. First of all, we'll suspend the Sustainability and Transformation Plan, so there won't be a threat to A&E departments. Secondly, if you don't have a teaching hospital, then, as you quite rightly say, it's very hard to attract the consultants that you need in order to develop the health service. I fully understand that. That request will be put in, that will be dealt with, and I support it.
Thank you.
Stefan Pidlushny, the Lincolnite. Lots of people in Lincoln, Jeremy Corbyn, have friends and family that work in the RAF. Lincolnshire's not called Bomber County for nothing. Would you continue to authorise targeted strikes against Islamic State using drones piloted from RAF Waddington?
We'll obviously look at the strategy, what's happening in Syria. I want to see a reconvening of the Syrian Peace Conference, the Geneva Peace Conference, and obviously the RAF Waddington, RAF other places have a huge role to play in that, both in what they're doing at the moment, but also very importantly in surveillance. But in dealing with ISIS, I also want to cut off their funding supplies and cut off their opportunities for selling oil, because their arms don't come from nowhere, their money doesn't come from nowhere. We've got to cut them off and isolate them and bring about a peace process, very difficult with all of the parties in the region.
Hello, it's Andy from Links FM News. Can I ask about what you said regarding the East Midlands? You were talking about fairer funding.
Yeah.
Can you guarantee, if there's a Labour government, that Lincolnshire, because I know Lincolnshire Police are unhappy with their funding, so the County Council, will they get a greater share?
Yes, they will, and Lincolnshire Police have had a very bad deal, quite honestly, and there has been a problem with large swathes of its services handed out to private contractors as a result of that. I don't like that process. I want to see all of our police service directly employed by the police service. I think having private contractors in the police service is never a good idea.
Hi, Nicholas Fletcher from Lincolnshire Echo. My final question to you is, a lot of people are going to go to the polls next week in Lincolnshire undecided, not sure which way to vote. Before they cast their vote, what would you ask them to remember before they make that all-important decision?
Think very carefully about what we're going through in this country, where we are having cuts made in every public service, we're having our public service workers underpaid, and we have a low-wage economy. What we're offering is a very big one, a national investment bank which will improve infrastructure and invest in sustainable manufacturing across the country, properly fund our NHS and our schools. And it will also mean proper funding of social care. And it will mean a tax rise for, I believe, those that can afford it, such as the biggest corporations and the very wealthiest. 95% or pay no more. We either invest in our future or we cut and continue with the levels of depression that exist. I think our offer is an exciting one. It's brought lots of people together, and I believe it's going to be very popular. I hope people will look at our manifesto, look at our plan, fully costed, and support us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel.
Jam?
No, I didn't actually.
I was expecting.
Oh, God have mercy. You see, what I should have done is brought some jam in it, but I gave them a jar of jam on the one show.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the scones are very good value. They're only £1 after.
So if I buy...
Next time.
You're on, okay.
Okay.
Jam to Lincoln. And what do I take back in return?
Oh, we should have brought you some sausages.
Vegetarian sausages?
Oh, you're a vegetarian.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. Plum bread.
Plum bread. Okay,
Yeah.
you're on. Plum bread. All right. Jam for plum bread. All right, you're on. That's a deal.